Hey everybody, Mr. Wood back again, and today we're going to be talking about Soundation instrument channels. So once you open Soundation, the first thing you need to do is find a drum beat, because that'll be the starting point for adding more on top of that. So I found a pretty nice one here. Let me just make this a little bit longer. Okay, so here's what it sounds like. Okay, so that essentially is going to be our metronome. Now, if I want to add instruments on top of that, I can use the keyboard function, and they have a bunch of pre-built instruments built in that are really cool in Soundation. So what you're going to do firstly is you're going to click Add Channel on the top left, and then you're going to go to Instrument Channel. Now, as default, it selects Simple Synth. You can tinker around with that if you want to, but the ones that I usually pick are SAM1 and GM2. Okay, those are the ones I'm familiar with. You're welcome to tinker around with any of these if you want to, but those are the two that we're going to be talking about right now. So once I select SAM1, a new box pops up here, and I can select any of these instruments. Okay, they have a couple different ones here, so I'm just going to select one just for the heck of it here. How about house piano? Okay, now you can of course mess with these knobs right in here and change the sound a little bit of your piano, and that's what this is for. You can mess with these if you want to, if you're feeling fancy, but I usually just leave it as is to make it nice and easy. Now the next thing you need to do is bring up your keyboard. So you'll do that by clicking on the piano icon on the top. There it is, and you can move this wherever you want to. There we go, by clicking the top here. And notice that on the keyboard itself, there are different letters and numbers, and you can use those to play on Soundation. Okay, if you don't know how a piano works and how to stay in a particular key, like I know percussionists, this will be not news to you, but to everyone else, if you don't have any piano experience, I just recommend staying on the bottom row of keys, because that's the key of C, and then you're always in the key signature, okay? But in general, what you're going to do is you're going to start your backbeat, the beat that we dragged over earlier, and then you're going to play on top of it. And you can tinker around as much as you want to try to create a melody that will work, but this is what you're going to use for your next project. So let's see what I can come up with here just on a whim. So step one, I need to hit this record button right at the top, and then I can play. Okay. I hit that record button again when I was done, and then I hit the stop button. So now if I exit out of this stuff here, it hit in some of the notes that I played a second ago, which is kind of cool. If you're feeling really motivated, you can even go in, and if you double click it, and you can kind of see right here the notes that you played. Okay, I might have to minimize here in the bottom. There we go. But you can kind of see the notes that I selected. So if you're feeling really ambitious, you can even, if you're a little bit off, you can move these notes over, or all over the place if you're feeling really motivated. Okay, usually I just do the take again if it wasn't very good. So for part of your project, you need to have two instrument channels like this, and two audio channels like these up here. And remember, use that add channel button in the top left to add more channels, okay? But you need to have at least two instruments and two audio channels of some kind to create 2 minutes worth of music. I recommend, once you found a nice melody, repeating it. And you can do that by copying and pasting. If you do that right click, or with your index and middle finger, you can copy and paste. Okay, you can click copy, and then you can paste it somewhere else in your project if you want to. Okay, but feel free. I can even go like this and add a channel Here we go. And I can even paste it down here if I want to. Okay. But yeah, you can move that all over the place to create your own melody. So I'm curious to see what you guys come up with here. Remember, being creative and chaotic is not the same. So make sure when you turn in something that it's high in quality. Okay, I want you to really think about what you're doing and make sure that it makes some kind of musical sense. Okay. All right. Well, I hope this video helps, and see me if you have questions.